This very moment is the best.
Moon Chasing Festival. Wishes. Moon Chasing Festival. Wishes. Wishes. Wishes.
Is that a robot?
Wishes. Wishes.
It seems to be malfunctioning. Can't tell who left it here. I should try asking around. Excuse me, have you seen this robot before? Do you know where it's from? It's acting a bit strangely.
It looks like one of those robots from the Moon Tree Lodge. It's like the wishing well under the wishing tree. People toss their hopes and dreams in there and poof. Before you know it, someone makes them come true. You can even say it's part of the wishing tree, but wishes made at the lodge are more public. It's up to the wisher if they want to share. Anyhow, I saw that robot hovering around there earlier. Maybe that's where you should start your search.
The Moon Tree Lodge. Might as well drop by if it's at the wishing tree.
Fetching data. Error. Analysis failed. Patty lost. Wishes. Danger. Xiangli. Help. Help.
I gotcha. Something seems to have malfunctioned with you. I'll take care of it. One moment. Run onboard diagnostics.
Command initiator. Xiangli Yao. Authentication confirmed. Performing onboard diagnostics. Number 231. Onboard diagnostics failed. Filtering wishes. Beep beep. Wishing for a brighter future. Glory on the battlefield. Abandon hope of loved ones returning home. Beep.
It's possible that Patty's memory is overloaded with wishes, leading to anomalies mixed within.
Wishes. Analyzing cause. 21 solutions have been provided.
Wishes and solutions? Could this relate to what Chisha said about someone at Moon Tree Lodge making wishes come true?
Perhaps. Isolating abnormal data. Running data correction. There. Give it another go, Patty.
Performing onboard diagnostics. All systems normal.
That should do the trick for now. But Where could the anomalies have... I apologize for keeping you waiting. It's just a temporary measure. I'll need to conduct a thorough examination later. Thank you for returning him to me. Yes, I've heard a lot about you from my colleagues at the Academy. Many of them are eager to meet you. I hope their enthusiasm hasn't... Xiangli Yao, a pleasure to meet you. I regret that I was away during your first visit to the Academy, but I'm glad to finally have the chance to meet you. I merely provided a few ideas, but I'm glad I was able to help. I was assisting the Ministry of Development with a damaged surveillance tower. By the time I returned to the lab, you'd already left. The next time I heard any news about you was regarding the battle at the Northfall Barrens. This year... Well, come to think of it, I should be thanking you personally. The Moontree Lodge wouldn't have opened as planned if it weren't for you. I'm afraid I'm not the owner of the Moontree Lodge. I'm just here to assist, collecting and trying to fulfill everyone's wishes. However, I do hope you can keep that between us. Imagine how disheartening it would be for people to learn their wishes were granted by a single person. I just want to do something. Seeing everyone's wishes come...
Fulfilling wishes. Happy. What will you taste like? Important guest.
Apologies. Patty doesn't mean anything strange by that. Patty was born in the Moontree Lodge. It deciphers the emotions behind wishes, analyzing their structure in a unique way. To Patty, every wish has a unique taste. You can think of it as Patty's way of understanding the world. Besides bringing Patty back, I presume you're here to make a wish as well? In that case, may I suggest we head over to the wishing stall for a chat? It's not far from here. Welcome. I wish I could extend a warmer greeting, but Patty has run into some technical difficulties. We cannot accept new wishes at Moontree Lodge until I resolve the issue. I apologize for the inconvenience. I would be glad to take note of your wish and have it prioritized once everything is resolved. Take your time. We still have a little while before the Moon Chasing Festival. For now, I must concentrate on restoring the Moontree Lodge as quickly as possible. In a nutshell, it appears at first. However, during my recent testing, I discovered additionally, although it was only for a brief moment, I detected abnormal frequency fluctuations after connecting Patty to my terminal. It's too early to draw a conclusion just yet, but I can't leave the matter unresolved. It'll only be a matter of time before all the wishes stored in the Moon Tree I've isolated the 4 wishes with unreadable codes, pinpointing the source of the discrepancies. I plan to track down whoever before that to minimize data loss. It would be better. It does have its challenges, but everyone's hopes and dreams for the festival are in these wishes. I don't...
Yes, Yang Yang and the rest have set their hearts on this festival.
I appreciate the gesture, but I wouldn't want to trouble you. I see. Thank you. Well then, seems we have a new friend now, Patty.
You, Shanley, Yao, and Patty, wishes come true. Organize Moonlit Fair.
Yes, the lodge opens to the public before the Moonlit Fair, but it still remains an important element of the festivities. The market vendors like to tailor their offerings according to every... There will be many interesting activities on the day of the fair, and preparations are well underway. Perhaps some of your friends will be among... If you're interested, you can go and take a look yourself. The Academy.
Initiating analysis. This individual wishes to disappear from this world, indicating a desire to terminate their existence and feasibility 0%. Causing physical harm or manipulating human memories are actions strictly prohibited.
This is Shang Li, Patty's work buddy. Patty gathers and analyzes the wishes, and Shang Li helps make them become a reality. Shang Li is the first prototype of its series, and we used to call it by its serial number. My colleagues at the Academy began calling it Little Shang Li out of convenience, and over time, it became the name we use now. Well, it seems to like this name a lot, so consider it a birthday gift from everyone at the Academy.
Analysis conclusion. The wish exhibits strong self-denial and self-destructive tendencies, indicating
Patty does not understand this wish. Patty does not, cannot hurt humans.
Just as I've suspected. This is the reason why this wish failed to be interpreted. The desire to disappear directly conflicts with Patty's underlying logic of not being able to harm humans. Written words are different from data. Data represent precise and unified content, while it is often the case that words spoken aloud sometimes contradict our innermost thoughts. Those willing to entrust their wishes to the Moon Tree Lodge hope their desires will be chosen and fulfilled. This suggests that Xiaosheng still hopes for his voice to be heard. This is just my personal belief, but I suspect he's not truly ready to give up. I think that, which means he's... Yes, I believe that is the case. I want to uncover the true desire hidden in his wish and help him fulfill it.
Will fulfilling his true wish help to ease his suffering?
Yes, I hope it will. We should start by locating the Wisher. If I recall correctly, there is no Xiaosheng at the Academy. Fortunately, we know that he's a researcher, so it shouldn't be too difficult for us to find. And this paper, it's from a type of notebook commonly used at the Academy. There are faint traces of another type of writing on it. Seems to be some kind of code. I'll decipher these codes, and then we can... excuse me.
Investigator Shangli, we have a problem. We've got trouble in the lab. Prototype 49's core has gone out of control. Emergency protocols failed, and it's overheating as we speak.
Lock down the lab. I'm on my way. What about the experiment logs?
Already sent to your terminal, sir.
All right, tell everyone to stay calm. We still have time. There's been a momentary setback. I'm afraid I'll have to leave the task of finding Xiaosheng. Thank you. I'll meet up with you as soon as I have the issue resolved. I already have a few speculations as to the contents of the code. Good luck, my friend.
Alert! The person ahead is confirmed to possess information based on the writing style, paragraphing habits, and content of the wish. It can be inferred that Xiaosheng is likely introverted and may exhibit nervousness in public settings, difficulty in communication, and a preference for solitary activities. These characteristics match this individual's behavior. A definitive conclusion cannot be drawn. Master requests that Shangli avoid making judgments about humans solely based on their external appearances. According to my data analysis, there is a 25.4% correlation between these two individuals. Shangli proposes you make the decision on whether to proceed.
Wow, what a cute little robot. Would it feel weird to ask if I could do a sketch of it? I'll just do it at a distance once they've walked away. Oh, whoa! Hi! Look!
Analyzing weather conditions. Detecting a rapid increase in air humidity and a significant drop in air pressure. Data suggests rainfall should be expected within the next few hours, covering 60% of the Jinzhou area.
That's right. The weather isn't actually all that great. I didn't realize. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't think you mean anything bad. I'm just not very good at talking to strangers, that's all. My name is Jexi. Oh! I'm so sorry. Wait, hold on. It's not the due date for the south. Do you mean to tell me They're changing the requirements again?
Speculation. The Xiaosheng mentioned by both parties
A painter? Oh, no. It's just a hobby. Excuse me. Well, someone who goes by... I've never heard of anyone by that name. Sorry I couldn't help. I'll let you know if I do. You're welcome.
affirmative. The individual showed no signs of abnormalities.
Might as well ask another researcher.
Detected. Individual meeting search criteria. Analyzing. Target identity. Laboratory evaluation. Huashu Academy. Suggested topics of inquiry. Xiaosheng or work stress.
Work?
Been tossing and turning all week. Can't switch off these thoughts at night. I can't take it any longer. Been scrolling through the forums lately? There's this thing blowing up called nighttime blues syndrome on the Hawashu Hive.
Definition of noun. Nighttime blues syndrome. A popular term used to describe the state of today's youth that have lost. Symptoms include avoiding social engagements, reluctance to work, insomnia, and signs of depression. Further analysis reveals an 87% correlation between the syndrome's traits and the emotional state of Xiaosheng, inferred from the wish made at the time.
A few colleagues from other departments even used it as an excuse. Ugh, lucky bastards. Taking time off whenever...
Is that the latest thing? Relax, take some time.
You sure are optimistic at a time like this. Anyway, I really need to pass out for a while. She's all you.
Hello? You listening to our Wait a second, it's you, isn't it? The one who sucked in a tacit discord with your bare hands. I didn't expect to meet you at a place like this. Are you here for something? Xiaosheng. Pretty average name if you ask me.
Searching. Night search results consist of...
Wait a minute. Analyzing...
Searching protocol confirmed. Apologies.
Oh, what?
This question involves the...
I understand. Speaking of... I see. Well, It's almost...
No information was obtained regarding Xiaosheng's...
Yes, we can always check the forums for any updates later. Now then, let's try our luck somewhere.
Attention. During our conversation with Shifan, another researcher was...
Oh,
You were eavesdropping on our conversation.
sorry about that, but I had a good reason for doing it. I can help you with the person you're looking for. You want to help him fulfill the wish he submitted with a pseudonym, but you don't know his real identity. Well, it's obvious just by looking at the two of you. That robot you have there is from the Moon Tree Lodge, right? I may not look the part, but I am an actor. My name's Jolie. Xiaosheng's my friend, and I know who he really is. And as a matter of fact, you've already met him. No, it's Shifan. He probably realized who you were as well. Explains why he made up an excuse and left in a hurry. I was just as surprised as you were when I first found out that Xiaosheng was actually... He's always been the center of attention. Easygoing, always fitting in effortlessly. But at some point in time, he started writing these negative posts on the forums. It didn't take me long to figure out Xiaosheng was him. I know every time I asked him, he'd always wriggle his way out of it. And... Oh, that's from an accident during an experiment involving echoes a while back. It wasn't too bad, but it did. At first, I thought that maybe Chiffon started distancing himself from me. So I want to know what kind of wish he made.
The integrity of Jolie's information.
So that's how it is. Is he blaming himself for my injury? But that's not true. He wrote that wish, but he's still... Which makes me feel even more worried for him. Thank you for telling me all this. I'm afraid he's been fascinated by echoes ever since he was a child. He loves echoes so much. And I think this might be a good place to start to have a... Please.
Hi there. How are things on your end?
Transferring progress.
Fantastic. It appears, long story short, I've managed to decipher the code from its echoes. The code mentions according to the Academy's archives. His research partner, Joe. I hope this data can be of help to you. Once I've wrapped...
Well then.
Winds, heed my command. Guests of the unkind. Clear as the blaze.
Target confirmed. Misery follows.
Beep, beep. All target echoes acquired.
I knew you could do it. Transmission is normal? Yes, it's one of Shangli's features. I can join you on your I'll remotely control Shangli, ensuring our audio, visual, and movement modules are in sync to keep up. Plus, I suspect Chiffon might find it difficult to open up in front of him.
So, without further ado, let...
You're back again. No luck finding ship. What do you mean? This is echo testing data. What are you planning on doing?
Shangli and the rover are researching echoes but have hit a dead end. They heard that Mr. Chiffon is an expert in this particular field.
That was a long time ago. Oh, very well. The data you gave me is packed with motion values. I would start by understanding how the echo adapts to different and these numbers. If we cross-reference them with standard values, the more I look at this data, the more I think, had it reached me earlier. This data, how much do you want for it? I'll pay any— No, even with this, I can't do it on my own. What do you mean?
You have always had regrets, both for your friend and for—
I don't get your meaning. There was a serious accident during the experiment, and I was the one who shot—
We saw the wish you made at the Moontree Lodge, but it seems that may not be what you truly wish. Your true wish is to continue your research of echoes with the—
I never thought my wish would actually be heard. You're right. I am Xiaosheng. I worked hard to get myself into the academy. My best friend was a real genius, and we promised to push the boundaries in echo research. I always believed, yet my stubbornness in continuing the experiment without adequate samples led to irreversible. I chose to continue the testing. Not once did I visit him during the final test periods, and I was the only one. It wasn't until I sat alone in the empty lab that I realized I had hurt my friend, given up on a career, and worked on something I wasn't actually interested in. But when I lie in bed awake at night, I feel regret all over again.
Obsession.
I've heard enough! Pull yourself together.
Jolie, where did you...
I'll tell you right now, I never blamed you for what happened. I felt the same as you right from the start. On our path of pursuing new discoveries, I was willing to pay any price.
But...
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
It blows my mind that this is why you stopped talking to me. While I'm at it, you haven't changed a bit since we were kids.
It is wonderful to have someone to support you on the journey to achieve greatness in research. It seems even without our help, this in turn indicates that Xiaosheng's wish is not the source of the abnormal codes. Yes, there are more wishes to now. We should...
Hello. I hope you've been well. Remember how I mentioned that the stall vendors at the Moonlit Fair will adjust their offerings based on everyone's wishes? Based on the wishes we've received so far, I've thought of a few excellent themes.
Guests of the unkind. Take 4. Wings, heed my command. Make it fast. Beckon the divine flames. make it fast. Make it fast.
Wish. Choose.
This shows that... Indeed. The wish shows a struggle between her. She speaks of another world, likely hinting her child has passed away, leaving her alone with nobody to care for her. We can't draw a conclusion solely based on Wuthering and her son. What's their story? What promise did they What is it? Is there...
No, nothing. She knows the pain of separation from a loved one better than anyone else.
So that's what you're worried. Ever thought about becoming... You're right to be concerned. Ignoring people's pain isn't right. Our role is to listen, understand... But it's getting late.
Winds, heed my command.
Excuse me?
Oh,
My name is Xiangli Yao, and this is the...
Rover. Oh, I remember now. My thanks to you. You've realized since he was little, my boy dreamed of shielding me. And he'd always say, I'll conquer the Threnodian one day, so everyone can live peacefully. That's what drove... Huh, yes. I always had... Once, he and some rangers stayed behind during a mission to give... I know he did it to chase his dreams, but I just... His mischief sometimes tried my patience. But before he left, he made me promise to be witness to the day the Threnodians are fighting. Oh dear, I've rambled on about my boy again.
Do you remember the wish you made at the moon?
Well, of course, I do. Everyone knows the Moontree Lodge has magical power. You granted his wish. As I've mentioned in my wish, I find myself at a crossroads.
When deciding your answer...
Oh.
Mrs. He-ing, might you
A walk.
What was that about?
It was just a little trick to get Mrs. He-ing to join us at the lodge. You probably sensed it after hearing her story. The promise between Mrs. He-ing and her son wasn't just about seeing his wish granted, but about finding peace.
In her grief, Mrs. He-ing overlooked what her son truly wished for.
I believe he wanted her to see Jinzhou uniting to defeat the Threnodian, and the joy and security he sacrificed himself to safeguard. His wish for his mother represents not just life's simple joys, but also the courage to keep living. Though I can't say for certain, the moonlit, perhaps there's something her son wanted her to see.
Huh. How are you youngsters falling behind an old...
Make it fast.
This year's Moon Chasing Festival
Indeed it is. Look at the crowd. You young folks must be thrilled with all this.
Mrs. Hutting has been doing her best to stay cheerful since we arrived at Taoyuan Vale.
Happy Moon Chasing Fest.
This one is exquisite. Just look at the fireworks bursting.
You have excellent taste, Mum. This fan is the creation of Ms. Juja.
The fireworks seem to fly to the other.
Ah, yes. She hopes that everyone who sees this fan, the fireworks flying to the other side, this year's fireworks display will be the big...
I'd like to buy one of these.
Oh my. Taoyuan Vale hasn't.
Ah! The moon shooter.
Mrs. Hurt. Happy Moon Chasing Festival, everyone!
Make it fast. The moment at hand.
Wow! Very impressive shooting skills. Here are your prizes.
These prizes?
That's right. A ranger instructor taught us how to make them. Even though he's no longer with us, his instructions and methods, these tools were a great help when we first joined the Rangers. We've now improved them to... Please take them, Mrs. Hurting. I'm sure...
And you are...
You might not remember, but after... It's good to see you out and about. By the way, some of the soldiers...
It's an honor. I heard you...
So, the boy...
Mrs. Hurt.
Mrs.
Oh, I'm still...
Of course, ma'am.
What before that? Just as I said before. But before I visit...
I trust that...
Yes.
Do you think Mrs. Hut...
We can't... Now she isn't just... I believe she'll uncover, but it means, at any rate,